In previous video we have seen chapter 2 is matter around us part 1. Today we continue with the previous session. Chapter 2 is matter around us pure part 2. Now the next process is chromatography. This method is used for separating colored components from a liquid by using a filter paper or blotting paper. So what is this process? That put drop of ink near one end of the strip of filter paper and dip the end of the paper in a test tube containing water. This is a setup that we have used a drop of ink. This strip is kept in a solution that here is. So it is a water. Now what will happen? That ink is mixture of two or more color components. What will happen? These color components will spread on the component which is more soluble in water, rises faster and gets separated. What here is the process is shown that have was a ink just one drop, and when water reached a level and the color dissolved as the three color or the different colors of which the ink has been made has different solubility in water. Which is the more soluble, it separates faster. So what happened here? The colors moved on, the ink separated and to this color. This is a true picture of an experiment of form. Now the next process is distillation. It is a method is used for separating a mixture of miscible liquids by boiling the mixture and cooling and condensing the vapors. If a mixture of acetone and water is heated in a distillation apparatus, which is this. This is the distillation apparatus and the acetone has a lower boiling point. Therefore, the acetone boiling is first and water having larger boiling point, it will remain in the distillation flask. So acetone moves in the flask and here it condenser and acetone is collected here. So water lets here and acetone we have collected this side, thus the two have been separated. Basically, distillation is the process to separate two mixture of miscible but they have different boiling points. There is a separation of components of air. This separated is showing that how the separation of components from the air is done. Now as we know that air is mixture of gases, the components of air can be separated by fractional distillation. It is a sub part of distillation. The process we have just is this. Air is compressed by increasing the pressure and cooled by decreasing the temperature to get liquid air. the liquid air is then allowed to warm up slowly in a fractional distillation. Then the different components separate at different heights depending on their different boiling points. Now we have studied what is the process that is distillation. The two substances or any number of substances separate from each other by having the different boiling points. Thus, air has been formed of different particles, so we have compressed it by increasing the pressure, and then we get liquid air, and the particles in it has been separated using the technique of distillation, which is that we have different boiling points, so they will separate easily. Now our next process is crystallization. Purification of solids by crystallization. What is this process? Crystallization is the process of obtaining a pure solid in the form of crystals from its solution. For example, by crystallization we can obtain pure copper sulfate from its solution. What the process or how the process goes? There is that dissolve about 5 gram of copper sulfate in minimum amount of water. Now filter the solution to remove the impurities and then evaporate the solution in a china dish to get a saturated solution. Then cover the solution with the filter paper and allow it to cool. Now pure copper sulfate crystals will be formed. When evaporation has been done, this process is called crystallization. Now let us learn about pure substance. What is a pure substance? Pure substances are classified into either as elements or compounds. What is elements? Elements means molecules made up of just one elements. Here you can see elements can be normally divided into metals, non-metals and metalloids. Elements will be divided into three parts: metals, non-metals and metalloids. Metals usually show some or all of the following properties. So listen carefully. Metals properties. First properties, they have a luster. Luster means shine. Metals have a shine properties. They have silvery grey or golden yellow color. Metals have silvery grey color or golden yellow color. Metals have conduct heat and electricity. Metals have conduct heat and electricity. They are ductile. Ductile means can be drawn into wires. Next properties, they are malleable. Malleable means can be hammered into thin sheets. The last one, they are sonorous. Sonorous means make a ringing sound when hit. So examples of metals are gold, silver, copper, iron, sodium, potassium, etc. Mercury is the only metal that is liquid at room temperature. These other metals are, it will be solid state. Mercury is only metal that is liquid. We have seen already in the thermometer, clinical thermometer like domestic thermometer we have used in the lab and hospitals. Next, let us see, non-metals usually show some or all of the following properties. First properties, they display a variety of colors. Non-metals will display a variety of colors. Second properties, they are poor conductors of heat and electricity. Before that we have seen metals are conduct of heat and electricity, but non-metals is a poor conductors of heat and electricity. The last properties, they are not lustrous, sonorous or malleable. Means non-metals luster means shining, not having the shining, and not sonorous. Sonorous means, already I said, like a ringing sound will not be come. Malleable, we cannot bending the non-metals. Examples of non-metals are hydrogen, oxygen, iodine, carbon. Carbon means like coal, coke, bromine, chlorine, etc. Some elements have intermediate properties between those of metals and non-metals. They are called metalloids. Examples are boron, silicon, germanium, etc. Now let us see about compounds. What is compounds? The definition of compounds: molecules made by two or more elements bonded together always in a definite ratio, but elements made up of only one element, and compounds made up of two or more elements. Next, you can see difference between mixture and compounds. In previous session already I explained about mixture and compounds. This mixture and compounds, difference between mixture and compounds, just you have go through it and read it. And next, classification of matter here is given. Just go through and learn, read and learn it. Okay children, we have come to the end of this lesson. Now take down your homeworks. Page number 24. Some questions are given. 1, 2, 3 and here 1, 2. These points also you have to mention it and write the answer, and also about elements, properties of metals and properties of non-metals, and definition of compounds. And next, page number 26, difference between mixture and compounds, and page number 27, classification of matter. This full table you have to draw, and also page number 28, exercise question answer is given from 1 to 11. You have to write and soon you have to send the answer. Thank you children.